Hello guys. So let's start now. So today I'm going to discuss about the VLAN concept. Okay, VLAN. So before discussing about the concept of VLAN, let me just quickly remind you about the hub, switch, what are the collision domains and broadcast domain. Okay. So in case first we talk about the hub. So whenever we are having the hub, there are multiple ports, right? And multiple hosts are connected through these ports. And whenever we talk about the hub, suppose this is hub. So in case of hub, this is called one single collision domain. Okay, single collision domain. Uh,
Sir, your voice is very low, sir.
very
Not
low.
audible.
Okay, I think someone else is also speaking. So let me guys, other guys on the mute. Who else? Mute. Okay, I think now. Uh, Now I should be audible, I think. Am I fine now?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir, now. Fine.
Okay, good. So this is called one collision domain, and this is also one broadcast domain. Whenever we talk about the switch, let's take another one as a switch. So in the same switch also there are multiple ports. So like this, and here we are connected some of the host, right? In another part also there we can connect it, although there no. So this is
Presentation not doing.
my screen is not shared.
No, no.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible to me, sir.
Visible. I am sharing and it's okay. Let me stop sharing and share it again.
So now it is not visible.
Okay, let me share again. Is it okay now?
Still not sharing your screen.
No,
So I can visible, sir.
it's saying that in the bottom I can see the message that I'm sharing my screen. So I think you have to drop and connect again. So that may solve the issue.
Okay, okay.
So in case of switch, what is happening that each of the port is a separate collision domain. Okay, each of the port is let me change the color. Each of the port like this, right? So this is a separate collision domain. This is another collision domain. One, two, three. So if any of the switch is having the four ports, so that will be having the four collision domains. Okay, and the complete switch is just one broadcast domain, single broadcast. So this is the difference between the hub and switch. That in case of the hub, it is having the same collision domain, right? This is complete same collision domain and same broadcast domain. But in case of switch, each port is a collision domain and complete one is a broadcast domain. So this is the basic difference between the hub and switch. So now what is happening actually in the switch? If it is suppose 8-port switch and we have connected 8 computers here, like this one, 2, 4, and 4 in the bottom, like this. And if any of the computer, suppose this is computer A, this is B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So suppose computer A wants to send any packet to computer and any other computer, computer D. Okay, so what is happening, that it is giving destination MAC address, destination MAC. Along with that one, it is also giving its source MAC. Okay, so now this frame, whatever the frame it is having information about the source MAC and destination MAC. So now it reaches to the switch. Switch creates an entry of the source MAC. Okay, this is source MAC is connected from this port. Suppose this is port number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8. So now it can forward that packet or frame, in fact frame, because this is a L2 device, so we call it as a frame. And now it will send that frame to the destination MAC wherever it will be connected. That MAC address can be connected to any of the computer. It will use ARP to find out the MAC address of that computer, and then it will send it to that connected host. So suppose that MAC address was belonging to the computer H, so that frame will be sent to H. Means our frame can be sent to the computer H. So in this scenario, what is happening, that whatever frame you are sending, that can be sent to any of the computer, right? It can be sent to this computer as well. It can be sent to this as well, this as well. Computer can go 5, can go to 6, can go to 7, can go to 8 as well. Means that any computer, whatever connected here, it can communicate or can send the frame to any of the computer connected to the that switch. Okay, so whatever frame is being sent, that goes to all of them. So this is happening because of the default VLAN. In fact, forget about the default VLAN. Just try to understand right now that that switch is having that property, that whatever the frame it is coming to one port, it is being broadcast to all of them. So is that clear? That very simple, that whatever frame it is coming from one port, like this, it is coming something coming from here, it will be just can be sent to any of the port what is connected to the switch. Is that clear? Or anyone is having doubt on this one?
Yes, sir. Means sir, in the switch, in the 8-port switch,
Yeah.
there is one port having that functions to send to broadcast all the messages to all others.
Not only one, any of the port. Means suppose this will send the traffic in here, so this will can also be sent to broadcast to all of them. It means that all of the switch ports are connected to each other anyhow, and they can be sent, any traffic can be sent from one port to another port. Means any traffic coming from any of the port will be broadcast to remaining all other ports. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, and one question, sir.
Yes, please.
Suppose from this switch, there is from this switch, if it is connected to any other switch from one port having connection to any other switch, so that port can also be means. If some traffic is coming to this switch, that switch will also send to that traffic to that switch.
Yes, so that will send. We will come to that one. Okay, that will send. So I will come to that. So let's take a very simple example. Let me take the black color. Yeah. So this is my switch. Okay, big one. And this is 8-port switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Anyhow, what is happening, that I am connected to this computer, but I want that any of the guy which is here, right? I just want, I'm here with the red color. I want to send, if I am sending any traffic, that I don't want to be sent to this any other port. I just want to these two persons only. What I want, suppose this is computer A, and he wants that this, let me write the colors. Okay, let me use the color black first, once again. A, B, this also A, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Now, computer A wants that I want to send traffic only to F and G. When whatever I'm sending, I want that it should not be delivered to any other computers like B, C, D, or E or H. I want that whatever frame or traffic I'm sending, that should be delivered only to F and G. So for that purpose, in the switch, there is a called as a VLAN. So what is happening? We just group these all of them in the same group. Suppose we have chosen the red color here. So now whatever the communication it is happening with the red color, the frame whatever is coming, that will be sent only to the red colors only. That is being done by a VLAN. So we can divide the group in the ports. Suppose another one, we divide another group like a green. This is green, this is greens, and this is green. So now whatever traffic is coming, that will be communicated to these three computers only. And if I want to send this as well, I will also assign this port to the green color. So now the traffic will go to this as well. And now the remaining one, suppose I want to send the traffic, both of them. That red color means H is the, suppose it can be a manager here or any very good person, high rank personality, and he wants the communication from the green and red both. In that case, we can assign this port as both color, green color as well as the red color. So in that case, whatever the traffic it will be coming, means A can communicate to the H, while other green colors also ports can communicate to the H. Means that H can communicate to the red group as well as the green group. So that is the concept of the VLAN. So what is happening actually, rather than colors, we are using the numbers for the purpose of grouping this one. So means that suppose that red color is having number 5. So that number 5 will assign to this as well, okay, and this as well 5. And suppose green color is number 9. So number 9, I will make these parts, where is gone, oh, I lost it, oh my god, so my color is gone, whatever I did it, or it is, oh, it is, sorry, yes. So now suppose I put the color 9 on this one, right? A green color. Let me put the color number 9. So mean that these all ports will be part of the number 9. So this is the concept of VLAN. So we say that VLAN 5 is assigned to port number computer A and F and G and H. And while VLAN 9 is assigned to computer E, B, C, and D. So now they can communicate to the each other. So this is this grouping the ports separately so that they our confidential data do not go to each other. So in that case, broadcast is also limited to these ports only. Whatever the broadcast traffic will be coming, suppose red will be only confined to the red only, and the green confined to the green only. Okay, so that's how they do it. Now that one question I was getting about the that two switch ports. So whenever we are having the two switch ports, suppose the first one is switch 1, another one is switch 2. So whenever computer is connected to switch, we assign that computer as a access port. We will see the configuration. That we assign it as a access port. Access port means that only one VLAN allowed on this side. Only one VLAN we can assign. So whenever we are connecting any computer, we define this port as a access. So all days wherever our computer is connected, that we will assign as the access port. And wherever we are connecting one switch to another switch, that we define as a trunk. Trunk means that multiple VLANs can be traveled through this cable. This whenever, because we are trunk, it means that suppose VLAN 1, 2, and here also it can be like VLAN 1 and 2. So here VLAN 1 also can go through this cable, and VLAN 2 can also go through this cable. So that's why we define it as trunk. It means that multiple VLANs, even uh, a lot of VLANs can travel to the trunk. So for the VLAN, we are having the limitation that they can be 2 to the power of 12 VLANs we can assign on the switch. 2 to the power 12 means from 0 to 4095. Means how many VLANs? 4096. Is that clear? Any doubt till now?
Sir, please repeat the last one, sir, that 4096.
That is just a concept that in the switch we can define the VLAN from 0 to 4095 only. Right? We said that we can group the switch, right? We can assign the VLAN 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the limit that starting from 0 to 4095 VLANs only we can assign. That's it. You cannot assign the VLAN 4096 or 7. So that is the
I mean,
limit.
total. So they mean that means a total of 4096 connections will be there.
Not connections, VLAN.
VLAN.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there are multiple computers can be on the same VLAN, right? Suppose we are having the VLAN 5. So in the VLAN 5, then can be n number of computers, right? There is no limit that how many computers can be connected to VLAN 5. So let me go to the packet tracer and we will just see that how we do this type of configuration. Okay. So let's take a simple switch. And let me take one more switch as well. Okay. Let's take some of the computers. One PC1, PC2, and here let me take two computers. Or let me take one laptop also and just connect them quickly. So I am thinking that you might be familiar of this packet tracer till now if you are watching the videos or continuously in touch with us. And if you are new, then I think also you can see this is very GUI is very user friendly. It's not very difficult. Just simply click, drag and drop, just connect it. So how many guys are new here? They are joining first time. How many guys? Nobody's new? All the old guys? Oh, that's good. So then I don't have to struggle a lot. So you might be seeing that whenever you just connect it, so initially it is in the orange color, and after some time it's just converts to the green because it takes some time in the negotiation, and then it is keeping the port up. Okay. And you also see that whenever we are having the connectivity from the switch to our computer, this is a solid line. And whenever we are connecting from switch to switch, then it is going to this line. This is what? Let me choose the cable. This one is what? Copper crossover cables. Means that our switch are connected over the cross connections, switch and switch. So we discussed that how they are connected cross, and the solid line means straight through. So they are the straight through connections and these are the cross connection because they are the same technology device. So that's why they are connecting via the cross cable. So right now we are not using the routers. So whatever the IP address will be assigning, that will be of the same network. Okay, so all the computers or laptop in this network will be having the same IP address. So how you give the IP address? Just go to the desktop, configure IP configuration. So I'm giving the IP 192.168.1.1. 1.1. Gateway is not required because we are just in the same network. Let's go to the another computer. 192.168.1.2. Let me copy and paste. That will be quicker. Close it. Assign it to the third one. .3. Okay. Close it. Let's go to this PC. This is IP address will be how much? 4. Yeah. And it's also close. There should be 325. So let's assign the IP address 5 of this one. Close, and this is the IP address 6. And now let's close it. So now let's jump to our. So now just what we are going to do, we are just try to ping from this PC0 that is having the IP address of 1.1 to any of the computer connected to the this one our network. So let me ping 192.168.1.2 just connected in the same switch. Okay, so we are able to ping this one 1.2, or let me change the name first. This is our PC6. PC5. This is PC4. This is PC3. This is PC2. This is PC1. I just changed it because no IP and the name will be the same. Otherwise, we have to be confusion. So now we can ping from PC1 to PC2. Clear? Or PC2 we can ping. Now let's try to ping the another computer from the another switch. 192.168.1.6. Okay, that PC6 or this laptop. So let me try to ping that one. That also we are able to ping. So means that whenever we have just connected any of the switch, just you are making the connections correctly. We haven't done any configuration on the switch, but still we are able to communicate. We are able to ping from one PC to another PC. Is that clear, guys? Any confusion on this? We have not done any configuration on the switch till now, but still we are all the computers are able to ping each other. They are able to communicate. Is that okay? Am I audible, guys, or not?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay, that's
Yeah, can hear you.
okay.
Thank you.
That's nice. So now what we are going to do, we are just starting our using the switch configuration. So we can put the enable password and console password. We are not going to practice that one once again. We have gone through the previous class, but we are now going to look at the interfaces. Okay, so show interface IP interface brief. So we are having this much of ports. Okay, and out of this one, how many ports are up? 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 ports are up. You see, because our 0/1 is computer, 0/2 is another computer, 3 is computer, and 4 is our connected to another switch, and they are automatically up. We have not made them up using any command. Means that whenever these are the ports which are by default up. We don't do any command no shutdown or something, because in the router by default the ports are the down, but in the switch by default the ports are up. Whenever you just connect it, they are communicating to another device. That's it. Whatever we going to do now, we are going to create VLAN, because right now we don't have any restrictions. Any of the computers can connect to another computer. Why this is happening? Because all of the computers are part of the default VLAN. So let's me check that how many VLANs are having in the switch. So VLAN, we can use the command, and right now we are having the default VLAN. Where is that one? This one. And we are also having these one commands. These are 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, but we don't use that one. Okay, these are the fixed command. We cannot use that one. But right now we are having this one VLAN 1, that is a default, or we also call it as a native VLAN. So all the ports, you see that this is a VLAN 1, name is default, and that all these one are the part of that VLAN, all the ports, FA0/12, 0/24, and as well as our gigabit Ethernet ports. All of the ports of the part of the VLAN 1. So that's why, because they are on the same VLAN, so they can communicate to each other. But I want that only a specific computer can connect to a specific computer. So let me write the note here, right? So suppose we want that should be part of VLAN 10, right? And this is also VLAN 10, this computer. VLAN 10. Why we are doing VLAN 10? I want that PC1 should be able to communicate only to PC4 and PC5. So that's why we are just giving VLAN 10 to these computers. That's our requirement. So just for practice we are doing, and the remaining, this one, we can assign them VLAN 20, and we will just see that are they able to communicate with another one or not. VLAN 20. Okay, so our requirement was that PC1 should be able to communicate to the PC4 and PC5, while PC2, PC3, and PC6 should be able to communicate with each other. So what we did, we made the groups, right? Let me color as well this one. This is red color. How to put color? This one. It's not working. Okay, anyways. I think the name was okay, so I'm not going to use that one right now. Let's delete it. Okay, so anyhow, it's visible that VLAN 10 means that PC1, PC4, and PC5 in the one group, and PC2, PC3, and PC6 are in the another group. So let's just try to do the configuration on the switch for that purpose. So for that, we just go to the switch port. First, we go to the configuration mode, config T, and interface. And now I'm going to the FA0/1. Okay, so now I'm the interface FA0/1, and what we are going to do, we are going to make this port as the access port. Okay, we have just discussed that we are having the two types of the ports, trunk and the access. So trunk is allowed multiple VLANs, and in the access we are having the single VLAN only. So we are going to define the switch port mode access. Okay, so now this our FA0/1 mode is access, and the switch port, now we are having access, switch port mode access, and then we are having VLAN, and now we are having the limit from 1 to 4094, means that we cannot use this VLAN 0. Okay, so why we don't use that one 0? Because sometimes what we do now, we use that we need any configuration without VLAN. So in that case, we use VLAN 0. So we can just use 1 to 4094. So right now we are going to use VLAN 10. So it's saying that giving the message that access VLAN does not exist, means that whatever VLAN 10 we have given, that does not exist. So what it does, our system created this VLAN 10. Okay, so this can automatically created VLAN 10. So and that's our port gone to the that VLAN 10. So that's why it is right now in the orange color. It's now negotiating with this one. After some time, it will come to the green color. So if you want to check the VLAN now, so let's exit it from here and show VLAN. So now we have that VLAN 10 and name is created as VLAN 0010. That is a default name. But if you want to give any name, you can just go to config and give the command as VLAN 10. And now you can name that command as whatever you want. So right now, suppose that VLAN 10 is a no group that is a marketing they are using. So we can give that name as a marketing. Okay. So name marketing means now our VLAN 10 name has been defined to as marketing. We can check that once again. How we can just do show VLAN. And now our name has been changed to marketing. So we can do any name, because normally what we do, we just divide our departments by separating the VLAN. So we can give the name, okay, that VLAN 10 has been assigned to our marketing department, or VLAN 20 can be assigned to the sales department. So that's why we use this type of names. So the job of our switch port 1 is done. Now let's exit it from here. Now VLAN 20. So we can right now what I'm doing, we will just create rather than going to the switch port mode. We have two ways to create the VLANs. First, we can go to the interface. We can directly give the VLAN 20. That will create the VLAN like this. What we just did it here, where it was the message, right? We can do like this as well. That we can give VLAN 10 and it will create directly. Else you can use the another way. You can give the VLAN 20 here first, give the name as a sales, because that 20 belongs to the sales department, as I'm giving just for example. So VLAN 20 is now creating, created. Now we are having the two ports to uh, assign this VLAN 20. Our port FA0/2 and FA0/3. Why? Because we want that PC2 and PC3 should be part of that VLAN 20. So we will assign these ports to the VLAN 20. So let's go to the interface. So in case you can go to the each of the VLAN, each of the port FA0/2, and then you can assign to the access port. Rather than you can use the command interface range. In that case, you can select multiple ports together. So I'm using the interface range and FA 0/2 to 3 means I have selected port 2 and port 3. So whatever configuration I will do, that will applicable to the both of them. So now I'm entered in the range. Okay. So switch port mode access and the switch port access VLAN 20. So this time we are not getting that message that creating VLAN 20, because we have just already created our VLAN 20, right? If we have not, we would not have been created this VLAN 20, then it might be giving our message that VLAN 20 does not exist and creating VLAN 20, but it is already there, so it's not giving the message, and just our both of the ports has been assigned to VLAN 20. They have just reset it, right? The ports, they're in the negotiation mode now, and now they are green up. So that's how they are in the VLAN 20. So now if you want to check the communication from PC1 to PC3, should they able to communicate to each other or not? Anyone? Guys, anyone? Will they able to communicate to other or not? PC1 to PC2. Earlier they were able to communicate from PC1 to PC2. The ping was okay. Now anyone? Anyone? We will be able to ping or not?
Sir, they will able to ping, but not able to communicate. I think so.
No, ping and communicate are the same thing, right? If they're able to ping, then definitely they will reachable, right? Ping is means reachability.
Uh,
Let me,
Not
so
reachable because setting is not configuration is not same.
right. They're in the separate VLAN, they cannot ping. So ping 192.168 1.3 or 2 first. Okay. Because we have just checked the 2 that was pinging earlier, but now request timed out. It is trying and again, but it will try 4 times, right? Because normally ping tries the 4 times, so it will try all the 4 times, and every time it is getting the message as the request timed out. They are not able to communicate. Same thing if you go to the 3, then also they are not able to communicate. But what about the from PC2 to PC3? Will they able to communicate? They will be able to ping or not? Obviously, we can because they are in the same VLAN
Yes,
20. Yes. So let's
line.
correct. So from PC2 to PC3, 192, 168, 1.3. And now they are very fine. They're simply pinging. Okay. So let me try to ping PC4. Earlier from here to there also they are able to ping. Now can we ping any of the computer to the switch 2 or we cannot? Anyone? This is switch 1 and this is switch. Okay, not allowed. Where is my switch name? Here it is. Are we able to ping any of the computer of the switch 2 from switch 1? Can we or not? Guys, I'm curious for your response. Are we able to ping?
No, you can't ping.
Exactly, we cannot
No,
ping.
you can't
Yeah,
ping.
we cannot ping. Why we cannot ping? Because right now all these ports are a part of the default VLAN, that is a VLAN 1. And here these computers are the part of VLAN. This is of VLAN 10 and this is VLAN 20 and this is also VLAN 20. So they will not able to ping. Let's try. Ping 192.168.1.4. They will not because the VLAN mismatch. They are the part of VLAN 10 and 20, and they are on the other side switch. They are VLAN 1 right now. So let's configure the switch 2 now. Okay. So let's go to switch 2. Enable config T and which of the ports? VLAN 10. We are having the FA 0/2 and 0/3. Let me write it clearly. 0/2 and 0/3, and this is 0/4. So I'm going for the 0/2 and 3. First, let me create VLAN 10, and VLAN 10 was the name was marketing. Name does not matter even if I do the spelling mistake here, market only. Then also it does not matter. The VLAN ID should be the same. If you change the ID, then there will be big problem. If you mismatch the name, then not a problem. Name market and let's say exit here.
Screen not visible.
Not visible.
No.
I'm sharing here. Anyone else is having the same issue?
No, it's visible.
It's visible. I think you should try again. I think so. If
Okay, sir.
yeah, just drop it and try join again. So it might help you. So let me go to the interface range. FA 0/2 and 3. And let me put them in the part of VLAN names. Well, first we have to assign the mode. So switch port, mode, access, and switch port, access VLAN 10. So now this FA 0/0s 2 and 3, they are part of the VLAN 10 now. Okay, and let's exit from here, go to the interface FA 0/4, interface FA 0/4, and switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. So okay, v20 we have not created it, so it is giving us message that 20 is creating does not exist and creating VLAN 20. So let's give the name as well, or no, that's also okay. Let's just check the VLAN what we have created right now. So show VLAN, let me put in the center, show VLAN. So right now we are having the two more VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So here we have given the name market, that is okay, and that was creating automatically. So that's why they had giving the default name here, VLAN 0020. If you go to the switch 1 and see the VLAN, what is over here? Do show VLAN. Here also we are having the two VLANs, and what are the ports here? FA0/1, FA0/2, and 0/3. So means that VLAN 20 is having the ports FA0/2 and 0/3. This one, and the VLAN 10 that is having the ports FA0/1. Okay, and the same thing we can verify in the another switch. This one. Here we are having the VLAN 10 is having the ports 0, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, and the VLAN 20 is having the port FA 0/4. Now let's try to ping from 1 to PC6. 1 to 6. That VLAN 20. Oh, that will not help. 1 to 5 because they're on the VLAN 10 and they're also in the VLAN 10. So let me ping the PC5 from PC1. Ping 192.168.1.5. Can anyone tell me that why we are not able to ping? We should able to ping, right? We assigned the correct VLAN. Any guess? We have missed one configuration. Which of the configuration? We have missed the configuration for the trunk. We have not given this FA0/port as a trunk. If you not give this a trunk, then it will not allow other VLAN to pass through this communication. So if we communicate from the same, if we talk about the this PC5 to PC4, right? This PC4 to PC5, they're on the same switch. They will communicate. Let's try that one. PC4 to PC5. Ping 192.168.1.5. They are quite happy. They are all ping because they are not using the trunk port. But if we want to go from one switch to another switch, we have to use trunk. And if you want to use the trunk, then you have to define this port as the trunk. So let's define that one. Interface FA. First we go to the config T, switch port FA0/1, and the switch port mode.
Sir, but what is trunk, sir?
Trunk is like if you remember the name trunk is like very big thing, and which just allows multiple things. That is the definition of the trunk. But here if you talk about the switch, so you can take as a terminology that whenever we have defined the trunk, mean that there is multiple VLANs allowed over there. And if you are using the switch port mode as access, that only one VLAN allowed through that one. So we can just go to the Google for this purpose. Trunk, right? So you see that there's a very large thing that is called trunk. So that is the definition of trunk. If you see that there's a very, thick things, these are called the trunks, correct? So that is the definition of trunk. And normally in the, what is happening in the modes that in the our Cisco, that if you go to the terminology, then access means only one VLAN allowed, and in the trunks there are multiple VLAN. You can just check the networking as well. Trunk in networking. So what does trunk means in networking? A trunk is a single channel of communication that allows multiple entities and one end to correspond with the correct entity at the another end. It is a link that creates many signals at the same time, creating more efficient. If you go for the Cisco trunk in Cisco, I think that will be better. A trunk port can carry traffic in one or more VLANs on the same physical link. Correct? So that's how the job of the trunk. So these are the terminology only. So whenever we define any port as a trunk, it means that it can allows multiple VLANs. If we assign it as an access port, then it is allowed only one VLAN at the time. Okay. I think it's clear now. Is that? Or anyone else is having some doubt?
No, good.
No, good. Okay. So now we are going to use the switch port mode as a trunk. So you see what is happening. Line port on Ethernet interface Ethernet 0/1 changed state to down, and then it is trying to make it up. So we can also say that this job is a traffic affecting activity. Means that if you are changing the mode of the any port, then it will put the traffic down for some of the time, and then it will take it back. So whenever you are doing in the live environment where there is a multiple hosts are connected, then just don't perform this operation. You can use an outage window or maintenance window for this purpose, and then you can do that activity. Okay. So now we have it defined that one. Now let's try to ping. Now we will be able to ping or not?
No, still we can't ping.
Why? I'm very curious. Why we can't?
FA0/4 on switch 1 is not configured as a trunk.
Okay, that's good logic, but still we can try. Ping 192.168.1 dot. Which one? VLAN 10, right? VLAN 10 is 5.5. Oh, we are able to ping. Isn't that good that we're able to ping? We have defined one side trunk only, but still we are able to ping. Why it is happening actually? This is happening because of the protocol that is known as the dynamic trunking protocol. Okay, that is a DTP. So what is happening actually? Whenever we are configuring one of the port is as a trunk, it negotiates with another port and it automatically assigns that port as a trunk port. So that's why we have not defined it a trunk, but still it made the another port as a trunk, and now it is working fine, and we are able to ping each other. So there are the different modes of the DTP. We will discuss in the coming session that there are some auto modes and the force mode, and there's some modes. In that cases, normally in the live environment, what is recommended? We should always assign both the ports as a trunk ports. Clear, Joseph? Normally you're right that normally we should assign this port as a trunk, and we do this in the live environment. Why we do it? That's for the security purpose. because if you always put in the negotiation mode, then any of the hacker will connect their switch to your port, and they can form the connectivity and they can do whatever they want. So that's why we don't what we have normally do, we only assign trunk on the both the sides. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that's okay. I think we have discussed a lot today. So that's it. If anyone is having some doubts, you can ask me.
Sir, no doubt, but one request, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, request is that, sir, next Saturday, sir, I have some official work,
Mhm.
so I am unable to attend that class next Saturday. So can you postpone it, sir?
Not possible to postpone. Actually, there are a lot of guys. So I will be recording this one. You can just watch his the later on, and you can ask me anytime. I will just help you out. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Because I don't want to spoil the another guys, right? Because a lot of guys are there. Okay, guys. No questions, right? Or you have any? No? Okay. So let's close it for the day. We will I will be recording one or two videos in this week because last week I was not free, so not recorded any of the video. But this video I will try one or two, and then we will meet next Saturday once again. Okay, guys. See you in the next Saturday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.